Liquid dyes, powders. What works best on wood? Alright, this is a piece of birch right here, and I drilled out some holes in it using my CNC just so I could figure out. I wanted to look and see which ones would go best with this wood, which colors, which pigments, and I thought I'd show you guys real quick. I used black diamond over here that I got from TotalBoat.com, and you can see the blue here. It looks good, it looks crisp. I guess once I sand it up, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, I got some of this translucent dye from Alumilite at Woodcraft, and I poured, the center part is the blue. I put the blue throughout the whole thing. I had to pour too much of that. So look at these. This liquid dye, which is fairly thick and fairly dark. It's supposed to be green, forest green, but it looked black once I put a little dab in there. I guess I put way too much in there. This resin, which is the 2-to-1 resin that I used, bled throughout the wood. You can see it on both of them. I did it. It bled through the wood. It stained the wood. So this would not be good for doing the bowls with this wood that I like. Maybe if I put less in, I don't know. I'll do some more experimenting. But over here, I used this powder that I got off a line. It's a glow-in-the-dark yellow powder, and it did not bleed through either. So when I do my woodworking, my bowls and stuff, I usually use a powder. I do use these alcohol inks because they don't stain the wood either. These are the Let's Resin inks that I get off of letsresin.com. And I also use the Pearl-Ex powders also a lot. Mostly I use these right here, Black Diamond and Pearl-Ex. Caster's Choice, this one right here is the Phoenix Orange. This is the red rose that you see all the time, which is Chromacraft. I use those. I'm a big fan of the powders. You may ask, why do I like the powders? A lot of people like the translucent stuff, like these inks, alcohol inks, where you can see through them. But I'm gonna tell you, when I make a bowl, I have to sand it up to basically 1,000 grit, if not a little bit more, for the resin to get rid of all the small scratches. When I use a translucent dye, and you can see through it, I have to do a lot more work to get rid of the scratches so you can't see them than I do with the powders. The powders are not see-through, so you don't see the scratches as well. So I can do less work with the powders than I can the translucent. I know that sounds lazy or whatnot, but it works pretty well. All right, if this is your first time here, head on down to the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you would. Leave me a comment. What kind of pigments or dyes are your favorite when you're working with resin? Have you ever had the problem with the dyes staining your wood? Let me know down in the comments. I think I'm going to be doing a little bit more of these resin tips on what I've learned over the time I've been using resin and dyes and pigments and powders and liquids and whatever. So don't make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell and it'll tell you when I got stuff coming out. And until next time, stay cool.